Welcome back, beautiful Brigandine guys and gals, to the FANG guide for the game Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia. So we're going to go into this. We're going to talk about this a bit today. I don't know how long this video will be. Hopefully it'll be kind of short. I'd like to try to close these down to at least 5 minutes, but we'll see. I don't know. But here we go. Let's talk about all the FANGs that are in the game. This is from my master file that I did as soon as the game came out. I went and quested after you beat the game, after you conquer the game. You can quest unlimited amount of time before you fight the end boss. Yes, you can do that. A lot of people from the previous games don't know that, but that's what you can do here on any kind of set mode here. But these are some of the monsters that you can actually get that have fangs, and so the fang indicator, as far as what's on this bar here, is the first piece of item here. It's this item right here that looks like a couple pairs of teeth, right? So that's the indicator for fangs. And so there's a certain amount of monsters that have them. This is the Hydra is the upgraded version of the snake, which in the past the Hydra was the first version that turned into a Tiamat. But here are the Hydras, the biggest, best version you can get. And then a sea serpent is the second best, and the weaker one would just be a serpent or a snake. Here's a Fenrir. This is the highest version of the dog class that does have fangs as well, and the basilisks, or the highest version of Mandrake, as you can see over here. This is the very first version of it. They have fangs also. There might be some other monsters with fangs, but these are just some of the types that do have fangs. If your monster does have a fang, let us go and equip it with some of the fangs and see what they do. So here's the Thunder Fangs here. This is what it says it does. It's got a green orb attack, and really that's about it. So it gives you a green orb attack on top of having the red and black or purple orb. So as you can see here, we've bumped up one orb into 3, and now we can attack with green element, red element, and purple element. So that basically means that if there is a blue monster, you have a little better affinity to attacking them than beforehand. Alright, so let's come back here. Let's look at Frost Fangs. Now, obviously it's just going to change our green to blue. You know, Thunder Fangs. Now we got Frost Fangs. Now we got a blue orb attack, so that's really what it does. Okay, so what is up with the Swift Fangs? So we don't get that extra orb attack that you can see up here. Right here, it just shows me in the bar here. There's no extra orbs to add to it, but there is a attack bump here and an agility bump here, which actually helps you with evasion and accuracy as far as hitting the monsters are concerned. So that's pretty cool. So Swift Fangs, personally, I might lean more towards this because it's just a general attack bump. It doesn't mean that, it basically means that it gives me a little more attack advantage to all the elemental colors. And that's what you probably want if you have that. But it also depends on your playstyle and what you're going to be going after and fighting against. Now here's a little bit of a difference here. You can, just hovering over the guard's fang, so I'll do the description bar here, and we can see with the X it's a defense +5 and hit points +8. So it's not really as offensive as the Swift Fangs, but it gives you more defense. So if you're a little more worried about the defense of your monster, maybe this is the way you want to go. Maybe you want to equip the guard's fangs. So there is that property there. Put it on there just to see how the stats, you know, change. So just you know, just make sure you keep an eye on these stats here as far as what's going on. Defense, intelligence, mobility. Some of these pieces of gear actually do change mobility, so do look for that. There are some pieces of gear that will give you 1 extra mobility, and if done the right way, you could get possibly up to 3 mobility. I know definitely there's enough gear that you can get up to 2 extra mobility, but I'm trying to remember which monster or which leader that goes for. It kind of escapes my mind right now, but if you remember, for more of the hardcore fans that are playing the game, please let me know in the comments down below. But this is essentially what this item does here. It gives you extra defense. So let's look at this. And also, maybe I forgot to mention this, but you see all these gold pieces of gear with the 3 stars, and these purple pieces of gear with the 2, and then the ones I'm covering down here, the white lettering with a 1. Well, that just essentially means how good of gear it is. And so white is the basic gear you find from questing that pretty much anybody can find. Doesn't take a really high level to find this gear. It's pretty simple to find. The purple is a little harder to find or more rare, and also better than the white gear. And the gold gear, or the gold lettering with the 3 stars, is the best kind of gear you can find for said monster or leader. So there is a monster in the game that you can get and play with, and also fight against. It's called the ZOAR illusion, and you can only use him in the alternate chapter mode. So you can equip him with this monster gear because he's technically considered a monster in the game, even though you get to play as him as a leader in the alternate chapter. I could show you that sometime if you want to see. It's actually a lot of fun playing with that guy. All right. So besides that, we got the light. We get the light fangs. So looks like we're losing HP and defense, but what are we getting out of it? Okay, so we're really getting an accuracy boost. So +8 accuracy. So if you have a monster that has bad accuracy and you want to boost it, maybe like a, I don't know, maybe like a snake or a mandrake or something like that. Although maybe a snake might need some accuracy boosting there. This would be the kind of gear you want to equip to them. So let's go ahead and equip it just so you can see this. All right, cool. Now let's go up here and yeah, I think we just looked at the we looked at the guard's fangs. Let's look at the steel fangs now. The steel fangs really just gives you the best attack offense, which an attacking piece of gear should have, and it's +8 for attack. So this would be one of the best pieces of gear you can give as far as damage is concerned. And you'll see the attack boost go up there. So let's put this on. So you got 153 attack there. All right, let's go check out purple gear here. Let's see what this does. Malefic fangs. Look at the attack here. Attack is twice the value of the steel fangs, literally, or more than that actually. Yeah, it's definitely more than that. Plus, it has an extra dark purple elemental attack. The only difference is that it has -10% accuracy. So, you know, you think all the pieces of gear are all perfectly good. Not all of them. Not exactly, because you'll lose some accuracy with this piece of gear. Yes, if you get a hit, it's better, but you might actually incur more misses with this. So let's put it on anyways. You know, it's not going to show you in the stats. You know, you're losing agility, but it's one of those hidden things that you just have to try to remember, that if you get a miss, well, when you had like a 95% chance, it could be due to the Malefic Fangs having that -10% accuracy. Just remember that some pieces of gear have a little bit of a negative modification to it. Usually it's Malefic stuff that does, and it kind of makes sense as far as the terminology goes. It's kind of Malefic. But let's look at Ophidian Fangs here. And Ophidian Fangs would be green elemental. Not as strong, honestly, because you see the attack is going down on the right here. But the agility is going up. It's almost the same thing as the Steel Fangs, maybe 1 point higher, but more agility and more accuracy. So agility and accuracy bump. And double green attack, so this makes you a little bit better at attacking blue elemental defensive creatures. So that is something to denote, and possibly, if you like it, equip it. Alright, let's move on to the Divine Fangs. What does this do? Well, really, no attack, no agility, just a 12% accuracy bonus. So it's kind of like the last one in a way, because plus 12% accuracy, I mean, you got to be honest, it's probably going to, you know, bump you up to 100% chance most of the time, right? Or probably a pretty good percentage, depending upon what kind of monster or leader this is equipped upon, and depending upon their level growth too. But it does give you double white orb attack, so you can actually use something like a Fenrir here, which has like black elemental defense and attack a demon, or attack another hellhound, or attack something that's dark elemental like that, and have the upper advantage because you're attacking them with white orbs also, which they are kind of weak to. And if you don't have a white orb defense, well, then you've got the upper hand because of that. So there is something to say about having divine fangs on, right? Okay, let's look at the ice fangs here. Now, as we can see, the attack went up, the agility went up, and the accuracy. So that the Ophidian or Ophid fangs. What? Oh man, I messed up the word, didn't I? But the previous fangs with the green double orb attack and the agility and the accuracy bump, just like it, except for the fact is you have blue attack now instead of green. So you want to attack red things, you know, like dragons and stuff, and get the advantage on them. That's something to look forward to. So that's basically just like that, except for the blue element there. Let's go back and let's look real quick. What is the name of it? Ophidian fangs. Okay, so Ophidian fangs and ice fangs are almost basically identical, except for blue orbs or green orbs, right? All right, so that is the second tier. Let's go up to the top tier as far as what you can get out of this. Frigid fangs. Now, we're looking at ice fangs into upgrading up to frigid fangs. So triple blue, look at that, triple blue attack, plus more attack than the ice fangs, HP bump, MP bump. There's the triple blue there, and an awesome skill, passive skill, inflicts water HP recover of A. So the value here is A as far as the HP recovery goes. You got to look at that when you equip it, but you do recover hit points in water. So you can equip this to a hellhound, put him in the water, and he will heal because he's in the water. This used to happen very normally for mermen in the past, but mermaids in this game don't heal in the water. I find it kind of weird. The snakes do, but they don't. But this will give you the option to heal in the water. So, you know, if you have a snake, this also gives you a little bit more healing in the water than you would naturally have. Or if you have a mandrake or a Fenrir or the ZOAR illusion, they can all heal in the water with this now. So that's actually pretty good. It's basically a regen. It's a small regen in the water. It's not a lot of HP, but it is something. And that's what that is. So let's put it on there. That's what it looks like when it's equipped. And we'll go to the next one up in here. So let's look at Wild Fangs. So what's so good about Wild Fangs? Now, I'd have to say Wild Fangs just better in general than the Frigid Fangs, because yes, it's a green orb attack. I mean, it depends on the kind of orbs you want to have. It's your choice, completely your choice. But this has inflicts HP recover of A without having to be in water, so you can be anywhere and you get an auto regen all the time. Attack is 15. The attack bump's even better. You actually get a defense bump too. The only thing is you don't get HP bump, but you get MP bump. But, you know, defense bump, in my opinion, is better than an HP bump. I'm just saying, it kind of is. This might be one of the best pieces of gear to get for a monster. For the type of fangs is the Wild Fangs here. And let me know if you think differently. I'd like to hear your opinion on that. But it does give you a green attack, so it actually lets you be able to fight other water creatures quite effectively, or other blue creatures. So let's look at Inferno Fangs. So this is another good one that other people might contest me on and say this is better, but attack is there, same as Wild Fangs, because we're not seeing an increase in attack here at all, right? Not seeing that. Same attack there. Agility plus 10, so we get a little more agility, and mobility of 1. So this gets us up to 8 mobility versus just 7. And the whole double movement thing that we get with the Hellhounds and stuff like that, I know not a lot of other monsters get this, but it can help you go in, hit, pull back, and reposition yourself wherever you wish to. It does have triple red orb attacks instead of green, so if you're looking to take down green monsters, centaurs, mandrakes, you know, archers, snipers, things of that nature, this is going to help you out too. Plus, for some of the attacks, just having extra red orbs for your attack for like a hellfire attack would make your attack a little bit stronger. This would arguably be the other alternative option that other people would say is better, and maybe, but I personally like the Wild Fangs just for the hit point recovery, because these guys get in, they do some damage, they do need to heal up a little bit, they can be a little squishy, and having extra defense added to them as well, you know, that's what I prefer. Maybe you want the Inferno Fangs for a creature like the Mandrake, or like a snake, or something like that. It really depends on how you're going to play it and what you're going to do. But that is my opinion there. So let's put this on, and we'll see that we're up to 8 mobilities. That's pretty cool. All right, so we just looked at the Inferno Fangs, Wild Fangs, and the Frigid Fangs, and that is all there is, right? That is all there is. So if you want to see another thing, I'll cover this very, very quickly. We'll go over this very quickly, but there is an all-star bonus based upon if you have all the same color of gear equipped. So what I mean by that is if you have all yellow gear equipped on this slot here for armor, you know, extra piece, which could be helmet or arm plate and ring. So if you got all this matching the same color, you get an all-star bonus. So we'll kind of briefly cover that real quick. Just not make this a super long video, but let's put on the white gear first and see what that looks like. So some of these stats might be a little different based upon what the individual pieces of gear do, but you can look on the right as soon as we put this on there, and you can see this massive bump here. So without, with. So yeah, that's kind of what it does. It gives you a big boost, and it shows this all-star bonus of 1 star gear. So that's essentially what that means. So let's go ahead and change it to purple gear. See what it looks like with that. All right, so we lost our all-star bonus, but we're going to get it back real soon. Let's put on this Ice Curious here. Let's put on this blue gloves. And we'll put on... what will we put on? We'll put on the mermaid band, which will make us water preferential. So look at without the boost and with the boost. Now, if you want to pause the video at some point just to see what the differences are, you can, and I recommend doing that. But here's what it looks like with, and you get a lot bigger boost than before. So the all-star bonus of purple gear is better than the all-star bonus of white gear. All right, let's look at the best all-star bonus we could possibly get. Let's pop on the Wild Fangs, my favorite, right there. And we'll put on some gold gear here. And we'll watch this go through the roof. You're going to see this go right through the roof here. Okay, Crimson Gem. Look at this. Without, with. Without, with. A or B. Sorry, I won't be a dentist anymore. But you can definitely see that the defense goes up like 10 points there. The offense goes up like a lot more, like practically 15 points there. Look at that, that's nuts. And strength goes up. It's just, and this thing doesn't even, this Crimson Gem doesn't even give extra attack. It's just you're getting 15 extra attack points because of the all-star bonus. So let's put it on there, and you can see that the 3-star all-star bonus is better than all of the other ones. Now, depending upon how you set this up, you could have a very different kind of monster or leader or whatever, but this is what it looks like in the stat screen here. Because of the gear we have triple red defense, quadruple white defense, and 1 black dot because we are a Fenrir right there. But for offense, we have made ourselves a quadruple red attacker with triple green and a black. So that basically means we're going to be doing very well attacking things that are green and also attacking things that are blue, and a slight bit of an advantage attacking things that are white. But defensively, it's going to mean a couple different things. It means that we're a little bit weak to blue, and a pretty good amount weak to black elemental now. Even though we do have one black dot there, we have 4 white dots. So that's what essentially it means, and that's as best as I can describe it to you. We could get into percentages and all that, but it might get a little confusing after a while, so I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, that is the video for FANGS, for the monsters or leaders of the game Legend of Runersia. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't really get to describe it initially, but please definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Help my channel grow. I've been on YouTube for quite a long time, and I'd like to, continue to grow. So help a guy out, help veracitytrigger out, and I will continue to bring forth these guides and other videos. Once I totally completely finish Brigandine, I will probably move on to a new game and do some stuff there, but it will take a while. I also have to cover some other factors of a lot of different Brigandine aspects. So I do a lot of Grand Edition and the original game and the new game as well. So plus there's multiplayer that I also put on my channel too, if you want to go check it out. Other than that, have a great day. Definitely share this out to your friends or whatever, and let me know what you think as far as FANG gear is concerned. What do you like to have for your combos? So, all right, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next guide or LP or whatever.